Morning. Happy Sunday. Um, so Foodie Beauty has been watching all the React channels, including mine, and has realized that we speak the truth, right? Like, we have some valid things to say. And so she realized she's not in a great headspace right now to own a new cat, especially an older, obese cat that probably has some health problems. Um, and she can't exactly afford vet bills, or she doesn't have a car, so she can't transport the animal to the vet. She can't even take care of herself. Milk Tea did a great video this morning, pointing out that she could have taped up her toe herself and started wearing flip flops, so that they weren't bunched up in her Skechers, because she's always wearing Skechers, right? Which, for people that don't have health insurance, that is probably a decent way to handle a broken toe. That is what I think the doctor would do, is like tape up your toes and maybe give you a walking boot. Some, something like that. But they would have done x-rays, they would have verified like what's actually wrong. They would have tried to reset the toe to make sure that it looks crooked. It does. It looks very crooked. So that's going to be a problem for her. She definitely needs to figure out a way to get to the doctor, because she's apparently only taking the metformin now, and not, she ran out of insulin. But she's also self medicating, as she calls it. She calls herself jet lagged when she's smoking her Mary J. Blige, right? She also is doing a lot of on one of her live streams lately, so there is a suspicion she might be doing some other things, um, for her self medication, shall we say. Anyway, I don't know. Look, I've never been in a position where I was addicted to heavy drugs like that. So I guess, like, for those of you who have experienced that situation, maybe you can talk to us about um, how that's possible. If you are leaving the country for 3 months at a time and don't have access to things like that, how do you get around that and then immediately go back to it as soon as you go to a country that offers these things? Right? I do suspect that she somehow was getting painkillers that were like opioids or something when she was in Kuwait, because she and Salah acted very intoxicated on several live streams. Um, and so maybe opioids or morphine or something like that is my guess. Okay. So, people in the Lolcow universe are also watching my live streams, because repeatedly my talking points are coming up. Like, all of a sudden, Xylee wants to cover Foodie Beauty, right? I don't think she did yesterday. They were doing their long streams, or all day Saturday, extend the stream for $50, $60, whatever, right? So they were going for long periods of time, but I don't think they ever actually got to Foodie Beauty, and perhaps, perhaps she realized that she actually doesn't have enough information to even talk on the subject. If you haven't been following her story, it's going to be difficult for you to actually follow, like, report on it. There's not much that you're going to be able to add above what other reactors have been putting together, right? But I got a shout out. I got a shout out, Nightmare. What that did for me is it made me feel like Karina Kaboom is to Amberlyn Reed, right? She gets targeted by Amberlyn Reed all the time for her regular criticisms and commentary about her material. And so I think it kind of hilarious that you were so offended by me, right? I don't say anything worse than other commenters in your chat, nor do I on any of the other channels. Nothing that I say in commentary is so severe that I would actually have to be timed out or banned, or, none of it is ban worthy whatsoever. But what you're telling me is that people are coming to my channel and getting really rattled by what I say on my channel, right? Because I do my more serious commentary on my channel. I just have like one-liners when I go in on, and I'm only watching Cafe and Test at this point. But that was quite flattering, actually, that he had to make such an announcement, because I don't think he personally is offended by me. I've never said anything bad about Nightmare whatsoever. But apparently, his colleagues, more than likely Billy and Xylee, um, have complained about me. I'm guessing my name came up in a staff meeting, which is fine. That's fine. Whatever. I made waves in politics too, so I'm kind of used to this sort of behavior. I was brought up in a meeting at the Newport Beach Democratic Club by, rest in peace, Suzanne Savory. She's a former Democratic politician that held some sort of office. I don't even know what office she held back in the day, but she was really big in Orange County politics. And it was when I was just getting started, right? Like I just got involved. I was joining groups and, saying why I was so frustrated, and, talking about how Bernie, would have been a better choice for us, and all of this stuff, right? And apparently my name came up in the meeting. Does anybody know who she is? And do you have her contact information? They literally wanted to dox me in that meeting. And I got told about it by friends that I had that were in attendance at the meeting. And that's when I knew, like, I was making waves. But that wasn't something that they, like, first of all, they could have looked up my voter registration information. Like, they have all that. You're not supposed to use it for that purpose, though. It's technically illegal to use voter registration information in that way. So maybe that's why she didn't do it that way. But, like, um, why was she so offended? Like, they literally could have um, just thrown me out of the groups, right? Like, if I was bothering them so badly or whatnot. But I was just in there saying, I disagree with you for whatever reason. And this was years ago. This was like in early 2017, maybe, or 2018. I think it was 2018. It was early 2018 that I was just starting out and getting involved in volunteering. And they wanted to dox me. um, that was so crazy. But it sounds like that's what LCU is trying to do to me right now. Is my name's coming up. They're like, "Who is this chick? Why are her words more cutting than other comment commenters in our chats?" Because like literally I saw somebody last night drop the N word in the test chat and that person didn't get moderated. Did not get moderated and was saying all kinds of crap about Xylee. So I don't know why you think that what I have to say is worse than what other people say in your chats. And if you're seeking more information about me outside of the chat, well, that's on you. But thank you for advertising my channel, Nightmare. I appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a great Sunday. Let's see what the weekend brings. It sounds like Foodie is going to give the cat back, which is probably the best option for both the cat and for Chantel. She really, she needs to take care of herself. She is injured. She is depressed. I mean, she's openly stating that she's depressed. And she is not seeking any healthcare options for any of this. So until she can take care of herself, she certainly can't take care of a pet, you know? Um, so, yeah, comment, tell me what you think. If you have any experiences with addiction, let me know. Unless you want to keep it private, of course. Like, obviously, I don't want you to like share things that you don't want to share. But like, is that possible to be an addict but take 3 months off at a time from your preferred usage? Like, is that possible? I don't know. Like, I've been addicted to cigarettes, right? Like tobacco, but I've never had those types of addictions before. And even the times that I have been hospitalized, I don't like go into withdrawal symptoms from not having my my cigarettes. I don't even like go through like cravings. You know, it's just when I get back home and I'm in my regular routine that that I want my cigarettes, right? So I don't know what to say. By the way, Foodie Beauty, I've noticed that when she tries to cross her eyes, only one eye goes in. The other eye stays stationary, which kind of adds more to the idea that she might have had a stroke at some point. Because how, how is that? I don't cross my eyes. It's uncomfortable. It's not good for your eyes. It's not something I would do, right? Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well today. That's my feedback for this morning. Take care, you guys.